What's up everyone? Thanks for coming back and checking out the channel. I've got an update on the Airbnb IPO coming up. Thanks for checking out this video, everyone. If you're new here, my name is Sean. I'm documenting my journey to financial freedom. So on this channel, I talk about personal finance and a little bit on investing. If you're interested in that kind of stuff, please consider subscribing. I made a video a couple months ago about Airbnb and the IPO that's supposed to happen this year. If you've missed it, I will leave a link to that right here. If you saw that video, you'll know that I'm quite bullish on this. I am quite excited about this IPO and I've been sort of reading about it, and there have been a few updates since I made that video, so I'm going to share them with you today. Here we go. So the first is that on October 27th, Airbnb did a 2-for-1 stock split. So anyone who had owned shares as part of working for that company or being an early private investor of that company had their stock split up. It didn't change anything as far as the value of the stocks. However, this is something that I think they have been trying to do in preparation for their IPO. This would make the stock price cheaper for all of the public investors when this IPO happens. Second update to share is on that same day, Airbnb also decided that they will be listing on the NASDAQ. That is the stock exchange that they chose to be listed on. The third update is, well, not quite an update, but I've been following different analysts and their evaluations on Airbnb. Before the pandemic, Airbnb was estimated to be worth about $30 billion. However, after the pandemic started, I saw valuations go down to about $18 billion as they took a huge hit and a lot of losses due to, of course, the restrictions to travel. Since then, Brian Chesky had to make some tough decisions, and he shifted the focus of the app to feature more short-term rentals that were closer to where people live that they could reach by car, as people started to travel on road trips more than traveling on planes. He also had to lay some folks off, but those adjustments actually did sort of pay off. That strategy on the short-term rentals actually had them turn profits month over month, and they've improved because I've seen different evaluations more recently that went from 18 billion to something more like 28, 29, or even $31 billion. So they've shown that they can really survive this pandemic, and I'm thinking that the delay in getting this IPO done is maybe working in their favor, because now people are seeing that the end of the tunnel is maybe here with some vaccines, and Airbnb can be a strong buy and maybe get back on its feet sooner rather than later. So we'll see about that. Another thing was that early news articles were reporting that Airbnb would be trying to raise about $3 billion in their IPO. However, in this most recent article from MoneySense, they're saying now that it's about $1 billion. Again, this doesn't really mean much until we know the number of shares and the share price that we're going to see at the IPO, which we don't know yet. Finally, and probably the most important piece of information is that Airbnb filed the paperwork for their IPO this past week. And based on the timing of that, we should expect to see this IPO happen sometime in the middle of December. Closer to that date is when we're going to know things like the share price and number of shares that are going to be available, that type of thing. That's when things get really interesting. So if you guys want another update or you want to know what I'm going to be doing, I will be waiting for that last piece of information to really kind of have a game plan in mind. But for now, I'm moving some of my money and converting it to US dollars to get ready for this release, because I will make an investment of some kind when this comes out. As far as how much, we'll just have to see depending on share price and money I have available. As I said, I am super bullish about this company. I think it's a big disruptor to the hotel industry, and so I'd really like to see this one do well. If you guys want to know what I do, let me know in the comments. Keep it locked on this channel, and I will make another update and share that information with you guys. So until next time, have a great week, spread the wealth, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Actually had them turn profits month over month and improve they've improved analysis predictions. And they've improved the predictions from analysis and trying to raise about $3 billion in their IPO. However, in this most recent article,